Well, it takes a minute. Oh, there it goes. Welcome, everybody. This is Spittin' Seeds. We're having a lazy Sunday, just smoking down and hanging out. Jace is with me here already. Let me get set up here. I need to get my chat popped out and I need to get the link pinned. Jace, how are you doing, man?
Good, good. How you doing? How's everybody in chat doing?
We got Bark Dog already in chat. What's up, bro? Pin that. Uh, yeah, man. Let's pop that out and pause this. Good. There we go. I was smoking on some jet fuel this morning. It's 10 o'clock here, and I really enjoy this. What's up, Art Man? I see you in the chat. The link is up there for anybody that wants to join. Make sure you're in live chat because I'm in top chat right now. And here we go. I see
I've
you,
done that several
J5.
times.
Ah, dude, it's the worst because you're like, man, I feel like there's not much happening in chat. Oh, I'm only seeing half the fucking messages. But I think if you have a wrench, you'll see them all in top chat as well. So, I don't know. It's your wife's birthday. Hey, Vark Dog, happy birthday to your wife, bro. Um, Today is also for anybody that out there that's married. Today is National Wife Appreciation Day. It's the third Sunday of September every year. So give your wife a massage or something
Perfect timing on the birthday too.
on the birthday. What's up, Haas? We're just having a lazy morning. I would just bullshit about some, canna stuff and life and whatever, smoke down. I actually found some of this jet fuel from the dispo, but I found a couple seeds in it and one of them popped. So hopefully I'll be adding that into my morning mix, in the next 3 months or so.
I haven't had fuel in a long time. I think the last time I had some fuel was a blueberry cupcake. It was pretty good.
From Humboldt.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Is that the
Yeah, it's
one that
got a
you were squishing or
no, that's
you got
blueberry
blueberry
muffin.
muffin? Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
so
got
I
the
think they
blueberry pancakes. So they got
yeah,
all the
that's the
blueberry
trifecta.
fucking shit.
Yeah, that's the trifecta from them. I think that's the only three strains they have, maybe potentially for blueberry, but yeah, I think they're all very distinct. Like I haven't had blueberry pancake yet, but blueberry muffin and cupcake are way different. I mean, they both taste like blueberry, but like I said, that cupcake has a pretty good fuel terp profile to it
Nice.
versus the muffin is just like I mean, it's like candy, like a little cake batter, blueberry.
Nice. That sounds tasty.
Oh,
The
it's so good dabbing it, man. Since I squished it, because I could tell when I grew it that it had great potential. But when you smoke flower versus dabbing, I mean the terps are way lower, so it's a lot harder to pick up on. But I could kind of get a hint of it, but it just wasn't a very potent strain. Like the first time I smoked it, I loved it, but then I think my tolerance might have got up. So like the second, third time I smoked it, it wasn't as enjoyable per se because I didn't get really high from it. And
mm,
then, yeah, I squished it. Oh my God, dude, it was just so much better. Obviously, much more potent, and the terps were just phenomenal on that.
nice. You liking that press, huh?
Oh, I love it. I was very, not buyer's remorse, I would say, but it's a purchase, it's an investment. But yeah, that I'm glad I did that blueberry muffin first. That was the first one I had in my mind too when I bought it. Just thinking of all the strains I had, which ones I wanted to press the most. And actually, the Queen of the South is my favorite flower to smoke, and I chose the blueberry muffin to press over that first, which I still want to go back and press that Queen of the South.
Bark Dog says you're hooked on the dabs, and that I would agree with that.
Oh man, it's well. Here's my thing. I don't use the vape pen. I did when I first started back in I think it was like 2019, maybe 2018. I bought a vape pen and I did a few carts and I liked it. And they're very terpy. I think I had some Maui Wowie and it tasted like straight up pineapple juice.
Mm,
Um, so it's kind of on par with that, as far as like potency and terps. But I just like the thought of it's all natural. They're not using solvents to extract this. It's just straight heat and pressure.
yeah.
little more peace of mind. That's one of the main reasons I grow too. Knowing what inputs you got going into it, so you know what's going into your body, into your lungs, whatever you're digesting.
Yeah, I will say I got a vape cart from the dispo about 6 months ago that was called mint peppermint hot chocolate or something like that. And I mean it tasted straight up like peppermint and hot chocolate. Like but it wasn't like natural. I know it wasn't natural. So they're putting other, like vape juice shit in there and mixing up like terpenes and things for those vape carts as well. So you may get I also had one that said it was like terpene profile something, whatever strain Northern Lights or whatever, but it didn't say like this was Northern Lights. It just said that's the terpene profile, which was made me think they mixed up the profile themselves and put it in there with the THC distillate or some shit.
Oh yeah, they're adding some red 40 into our weed now.
Damn.
Um, yeah, I mean, well, and I've only pressed two strings, and big difference on them. Well, I've got three now because I've got the disco one I bought, which I haven't touched it since I've been pressing my own stuff. And the second one I pressed was that raspberry parfait, which actually had a stronger terp profile and flower than that blueberry muffin did. But when I pressed it, the improvement was less, as
Hmm.
far as the multiplying factor of it. It still came through more pronounced, but that blueberry muffin, it's just straight up like blueberry cake batter candy. I mean, it's just so freaking addictive. And the
That's
high is just,
awesome.
oh, yeah, it's a really good high too. I get a really nice, chill, giggly kind of good mood high.
So I was told that because I've never done a dab, like I mentioned before. I was told that if you start dabbing, your tolerance kind of resets in terms of like you will get as high as you did the first couple times you smoked. Is that accurate or not for you?
Yeah, I would say so for sure. I mean, I haven't done a shit ton since I've got it, but I've probably done, at least a half dozen sessions to a dozen. Um, but yeah, definitely the first few times I was just blasted. I'm like, oh my God, I haven't been this high, like you said, for in a long time. But and then on the other hand, I don't do a vape, so it's either flower or edibles for me until now.
Right. Well, I do the vape. I feel like the vape carts aren't as potent as like I would I could hit the vape pen all day and go drive around and grocery shop and whatever else, go out to dinner and be fine. But if I smoked like a couple of joints, I probably would not do all that shit. You know what I mean? So I think that it's just a different kind of high in terms of
Yeah,
like the way it interacts with your body and your mind.
yeah, and I mean also too, you're taking at least on my rig, I'm taking much bigger rips on it than you would get on a pen, I would imagine. It's like smoking out of a small pipe versus a bigger bong or something that's got a lot larger chamber on it, so you're getting more smoke when you inhale and shit.
So I got this thing from Collective Marijuana who sent me a device called a Dabski, and it looks like a little rocket ship thing, like a little alien spacecraft thing. But what it is it's a vaporizer for a pen, like a vape cart. But it goes into your bong. It's a 14 millimeter hole or a tube there. So it fits into the where you would normally have like your little mouthpiece on your bong or your little dab rig or whatever. You can put this thing called a dab ski on it, and you screw the cart into the top of it and you just start hitting it like you would a bong, but it's ripping the vape cart down. And I mean, I did it like a couple times and it was rough, but it was effective. I was higher than I've been in a long time. So makes me think that it's kind of like a halfway in between situation with that device, which I like it. And he was very kind to send it to me. At first I pulled it out of the box and I'm like, what the fuck is this thing? And then I Googled it and then I found the instructions. He'd actually included them. But yeah, shout out to Collective. And shout out to the chat. I see Tao, I see Rolling, I see Roger, Sky Overhead, Vark Dog, Flower Felon, Penny Pebble Ripplers. I saw Rocco in here. What's up? Good morning, bro. Or is it late night? I don't know. I can't remember what it is in Australia right now or New Zealand. Um, down under. But yeah, cheers everybody. I'm rolling up another joint here. I think I'm gonna put some sugar wax in this joint because I need a little boost. I got some super boof wax here. crumble, whatever you want to call it. It's concentrate, makes the weed stronger for me. Um, yeah, I'm gonna put some of this into my joint. And the super boof, I kind of figured out it's a grapefruity kind of smell on this one.
Yeah, yeah, I've got some. That's the one I just grew too. I'm gonna probably start pressing a bunch of that because I got over a pound out of that.
Damn, yeah.
And yeah, so I'm gonna. That's a good thing about this too. You can take a lot of flour into. I mean, just storage wise, you can
Yeah.
get. I got like 3.5 grams out of. God, how much was that? Probably about 28, no, about 18 grams of flour. I think I got like 3.5 grams of concentrate out of it. Then you can put in the
4 a.m. in the
fridge too or
morning.
the freezer. So I might just, press a whole shit ton of it and maybe put one in my freezer and put one in my fridge and then have one on standby that I can dab readily.
There you go. That sounds like a good plan. I like doing that stuff where you're like, I'm gonna put all this, I have all this flour. What do I do to, store it long term in less bulk? That's a good way to do it.
Like a meal prep
I would make
situation.
like a fuckload of butter and freeze it. But I like the
Yeah,
press set. Yeah, that's a good idea too.
I usually do that with the coconut oil. I'll make like 32 ounces of that at a time. I don't want to make a batch every week. I like to do it in bulk quantities if I can
Yeah. And see,
because
that's
it's
what
a
I do it
process.
like a batch a week because I have the infuser. It's so easy.
Yeah,
I actually just made a batch of cookies um yesterday, day before yesterday.
that might be like the only downside of my press because I went on the smaller side, so it's great for pressing like a gram or two at a time on the return side.
Hmm.
But if I wanted to press large quantities of flour, like I was just talking about, that would be more of a chore to have to do that several times.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, you want to give us a garden tour since we got some people in the chat now. We want to talk
Yeah, right
about what
on.
you got. My shit doesn't come on for about an hour, so it'll be about halfway through before we can see my garden. But let's see. When there's only two people, I have to turn my video off for yours to go full screen. It's weird.
Oh, it doesn't do it automatically.
There you go. I think you're full screen now.
Okay. Um, yeah, so I think tomorrow starts week 2 of flour on these. I flipped these last week. Um, I stopped using my blue light a few weeks ago. It was overkill for what I was doing, so I'm gonna have to circle the wagons on that, replan my strategy. But moving forward, that was kind of what I wanted to do. Like what this one is. So this has 6 colas on it, 2, 4, and then 6. And I wanted to do that with each plant here in a rectangular pattern. This one's sideways, just the way it grew. I'm not really getting much vigorous growth out of this. This is that Northern Lights. So I have my 2 colas here and the singular one here, which might work out okay, but you can see the gaps like here and here. You try to maximize your square footage here, and then I've got a gap back there and there. So if I was able to twist this plant and then stretch it out the way I wanted it to, I would have filled that gap. But that's just not going to happen. So I'll probably just leave it as it is and grow it up. I think it'll be fine. I just like to have I like to have good spacing in between my colas, for foliage and airflow. I think it just gets a little bit better quality, and that's kind of what I'm shooting for is more quality over quantity.
So I had this
Yeah.
idea for an airflow slash training device, but it's essentially a wiffle ball. But you just sanitize it and then just jam it down in there and it would create a opening. I would think you'd probably want to use something that has slightly larger holes than a wiffle ball, but if would put it in there, it would push things towards the outside and create a little open space in there. I don't know if that's something that anybody has made yet, but that was an idea I had a while back.
Like a PVC pipe that has holes cut out in it that could push air out of it.
Not even to push air out of it, but just like even you could use like chicken wire and just like make a ball out of it and just shove it down and it would push the branches to the side, and create like a pocket of of open space where there isn't foliage, where you need airflow.
Oh, like right here, like you would put it in
Yeah,
here and
yeah,
it would
you
just
just
open it
set it.
up.
Yeah, you just set it in there like a little ball of chicken wire or some shit that has like a bunch of holes and allows a lot of air to flow through it, and it'll push the branches and leaves out of the way, or in a different direction. I don't
Yeah,
know,
because that,
dude.
that
It's just
that
this a random high thought that I was like, oh yeah, I remember I thought about that like a year ago.
well, that would help. That would help with your yeah, because that would help with your bottom circulation because you want that would
Hmm.
allow it to help push up through the canopy.
Yeah,
Some people put those turbo fans down and face them upwards, but then you're kind of restricted to that direction where it's blowing, so it's pretty much just blowing straight up versus like kind of wafting it out. I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking here,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
all about circulation because yeah, that's the last thing you want, powdery mildew or pests or anything. That's why I did this fan down here. I'm starting to get fungus gnats a little bit, so I had to put the fan and it helps blow. So it makes it more difficult for them to land and lay their eggs. And I doubled down on the fly traps down there.
Nice.
And this is this is Cherry Garcia from Ethos. And I'd have to go back to the terp profile, but it's pretty much like cherry and sour diesel, kind of like what you're growing. That one seed that you sent me, maybe. So kind of like on those lines as far as terp profile. So I'm excited about that one. I haven't had any diesel or gas, in a long time. And then that's the Northern Lights in the middle. Again, that one's not very vigorous. I think maybe it doesn't like. I'm not. It's getting the same feed as everything else, but I think it wants a little bit less, just based on the color. And it was kind of curling on me, like it was doing a little nitrogen toxicity back there on those one leaves. And I wouldn't say it was stunted, but it wasn't explosive growth on this one. And then this one is Punchberry Cookies, and that's also by Ethos. I'm really looking forward to pressing that one too. It's supposed to taste like Fruity Pebbles.
Nice. Yeah,
And
Vark
then I
says
think
Vark says add a little mosquito bits to your water and it'll kill
I might,
those.
yeah, I might do that if it starts running away. So the bad thing about running a res is you run something in it to keep it sterile. So I'm running hypochlorous acid, which is Athena Cleanse, and the mosquito bits are a bacteria, so it kills that bacteria. So you have to stop using that cleanse.
You could just water.
What?
You're in cocoa, right?
Yeah, I'm in cocoa.
Just water it in a couple times, dude.
Yeah, so I'd probably do that. I would probably hand water it in, and I would
Yeah, but
still
I'm
stop
saying you
using.
probably don't need to turn off your res or anything. You could just water it in, like, because the cocoa's you can water it all day and it's not gonna you
Hurt it,
know
yeah.
be oversaturated. So you could hand water it in like in the morning and at night and just give it that boost to BT, and it'll kill them. Then the drip will come, and then it'll kind of neutralize or knock down the BT, and then you water in more, just keep the levels up.
Yeah, that's what I did on my first run using automatic fertigation system. But I was using the one from the Cocoa from Cannabis website that Doc MJ put on there, and it worked fine. But it was very hard to control, and I mean, my plants were just super saturated, so I had a fungus gnat outbreak, and I had to stop using cleanse for like 3 weeks, and it was a pain in the ass because I had to keep hand washing out my res because your res will foul up a whole lot faster if you're not using anything to check the bacteria in there.
Hmm,
And after it killed everything out, all the fungus gnats got back in check, and then I could start using it again.
gotcha.
But I think I'm gonna start using my blue light again since I'm starting week 2. But I'm gonna use it in moderation, so I won't use it the whole 12 hours. I'll use it probably like the first 4 hours and then shut it off, and then they'll get just the regular full spectrum lights. So that's still an experimental stage here, so I'm just playing with it. But that would be my goal moving forward, would be to get my plant trained out the way I want it, and then use the blue light because that kind of hurt me a little bit this time, especially that northern lights, I think.
Right.
But not the end of the world. And then my clones or my seedlings coming along. It's funny, these are supposed to be the same strain, and I got that black widow's just a little bit more vigorous than that white widow. It's about a half inch taller, maybe an inch, but the leaves are also slightly more developed.
Huh. Black Widow out the gate first.
It is.
There
Number one's hanging in there.
you go.
I'll probably have to take a break after this run because I'm going to be having surgery here sometime in the foreseeable future, near future. So um, that's going to suck for my wife because she's going to have to
Yeah,
pick up the slack in here to water my plants and stuff. So she's not going to be happy about that. So there's the seedlings there. That might be the last run. Well, I'll probably be in the middle of that run. I don't know. We'll keep going. We'll keep growing. That's all we can do.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I put this on Discord, but you guys saw that picture. I had so many freaking cords here. I
yeah.
put in these little wireless transmitters, so they just plug in. And that's just so you can pull it out. So you plug in one here, and then you plug in like one here, right there.
That's
So there's
cool.
no more cable going to your unit or your device. So I freed up so much cables on these fronts, not just the UIS cords that go to my devices, but also here on this power strip. This was maxed out. But I put power strips in each one of my tents, so I freed up all this space here just reducing the clutter.
Nice. Cable management is not a thing if there aren't cables.
Yeah, it's so much easier to work with too, because if you ever get to the point where you have to move a piece of equipment around or it craps out on you and you got to find that cord, that sucks having to fish all that out like a bird's nest.
Oh, nice. Well, thanks for the tour, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's all I got going on here. Just doing that, pressing away. I'll probably press some more here later on today.
There you go. Well, I want to extend the invitation to the chat if anybody wants to show off their garden. We got the link pinned up there, so feel free to jump on. We will love anything you got, because we just like seeing plants. But um, let's do a quick overview back to mushrooms from last week, just for a minute, because there was a couple questions that people had, and then something I forgot to mention. So the first thing, Vark was just asking in the live chat, can you put mushroom dust into your cookies and bake them? And I personally don't see why not. I don't know that it would damage the psilocybin. You're not trying to like inoculate the cookie, so you're not using spores. You would be using like ground mushrooms themselves. Um, when I bake my cookies, they go at 375 for like 10 minutes, and I don't think that would destroy the psilocybin, but I could be wrong. I have to do some research on that. The other thing that I was going to talk about was they did a study recently with mice, and they had three different control they had a control group, they had a low dose group, and they had a high dose group of mice, right? And they were testing to see um what would happen to the DNA of the mice when they were given psilocybin or psilocin. They're basically one and the same. One psilocybin converts into psilocin. Um, and the control group did exactly nothing, because that's the point of a control group, is to not get any kind of dose. And so they didn't have any change or any difference than normal. The low dose group, that I believe they received several low doses of psilocybin, the mice, their DNA, the damage to the telomeres on their DNA strands was slowed down significantly, and they lived 1.25 times longer than the mice that didn't receive a dose. Then the high dose group received, I don't know exactly how much. You can go find the paper. I'll put it in the Discord. I think I did a while back, but they received a high dose a couple of times, and their DNA damage was slowed even more significantly. So there is evidence that suggests that taking psilocybin slows down DNA damage in animals, right? And the ones that got the high dose lived 1.5 times longer than the control group. So taking mushrooms will slow down aging and allow you to live longer. Uh, allegedly, that is what the study is suggesting. So I thought that was really cool. and it goes back to like some of these if you want to get like kind of far out with it, the ancient legends of like these different substances that allowed immortality or longevity, things like that. And all these different substances like soma and shit um come back to like cannabis and mushrooms and maybe cacti and things like that that are uh psychedelic but also have health benefits that you would not normally like expect from that sort of thing. So um yeah, cool shit.
It's all about the connection to Mother Earth. That's when people used to live 300 years, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, even if you go back, and this is like alternative history shit, but if you go back into the um like the records of the pharaohs and shit, they'd say like this king reigned for 1,000 years or 300 years or some shit like that. It's like they had these crazy long lives. And then if you look at like the Old Testament biblical stories, there's they have writings of like, was it Moses or somebody lived like 900 years, things like that. And then if you look at like the like what is it, the story of the Anunnaki and um God, Gilgamesh, the Epic of Gilgamesh. This is similar. Like these people live for hundreds of years, and they, when you think about like hunter gatherers, you're going to be walking along and be like, ooh, mushroom, ooh, this plant. I'm going to eat a huge variety of different compounds and natural things that I gather from the earth and harvest from animals and things like that. And like we don't have that diversity in our diets now. So yeah, I don't know. There may be some sort of correlation there as well. So, but that's all speculative alternative history. And I saw Sky was with us, but I guess he fell out. So sorry, bro. Come back if you can. Um, but those are my couple mushroom notes that I wanted to mention. Um, yeah, and then I will show you all my totes because they went nuts once I mixed that rice in with the CVG mixture, which I did. Was it last Friday, maybe? So it's only been like 9 days, and yeah, they're nuts. So we'll see that when I do my tour in about half an hour.
What'd you add into it?
It's just the cocoa vermiculite gypsum mixture, and then I put the inoculated Uncle Ben's rice into it,
Okay.
and it went all fuzzy for me.
That's the good sign, right, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, collective? I see you. We were talking about you earlier in the Dabski, and I got you some goodies are going to be going out hopefully tomorrow when I get to the post office. So cheers, bro, and cheers to everybody else. I see Sacred Terra, J5, Haas, Tao's still with us. Yeah, it's good to see everybody. And I don't know what happened with Sky. Maybe he lost internet or something. But hopefully he'll come back if he can.
Probably so. He's pretty spotty out there on his property, it seems like, depending on
Oh,
where he goes.
yeah. What are you smoking? Are you smoking? What are you doing over there?
Well, actually, we were talking about changing up consumption methods. And so before I got the press and the rig, I just either smoked or did edibles. And then, smoking was, I prefer smoking way over edibles. I just love the high from it altogether, hands down. Um, But since I got that dab, I've been dabbing, dab rig, I've been dabbing ever since. And I pretty much quit doing edibles, which I like because I like that. So I did the edibles, because I can get that intense high that I couldn't get really from smoking flower, but it wasn't the high I wanted. So this, dabbing gives me that high from smoking that I like, um, without having to take edibles. So I took edibles last night for the first time in probably a week,
Mm.
and I only did two, but yeah, it hammered me pretty good, put me down. And that just made me realize, I mean, how much more I appreciate dabbing over that because, I mean, it's good for its own purposes, like if I was just wanting to go to sleep, because that's what it did basically. It just knocked me out almost. And I would like to be up and enjoying myself or, interacting with people versus just snoring in the recliner.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
How long about a high is it? Is it a longer high than flower or
I think
uh
it's right the same.
okay.
The first couple times I did it because it was pretty intense, it might have lasted a little bit longer, but I think it's probably in that hour and a half to 2 hour range,
Nice.
maybe 2.5 hours, depending. Sometimes if you go longer than that, it's not really the high. It's almost like the hangover that you're feeling, not the high.
Yeah, yeah. I always had to have a lay down back in the day. Be like, okay, I'm gonna smoke, then I'm gonna lay down, and I'm gonna get up and I'll be better, like I'll be straight. But that after the high wears off and you're just like, kind of like I need to smoke again or I need to take a nap is kind of how I feel about it. So, well, I got some stuff going on over here. Um, I am trying to reverse
Oh, oh,
y-
oh yeah.
sorry.
Back up for a second. Let's talk about your power outage. How did that go? How did you
Oh
deal
yeah,
with it? How
those
did you deal with
fuckers.
it? What's your plan in the future moving forward with that?
Well,
'Cause-
apparently it's never happened before. And just in the last week, we've had the power glitch out and then back on, um, for like a second. It happened like 3 days in a row. And then it went out for like 4 hours. But I just put a flashlight in there and opened the blinds because it was still light outside. So no worries. But yeah, the Facebook group, the neighborhood Facebook group was going fucking nuts about it, and they were so pissed off. And then XL was like, um, we didn't know about any problems and we're sorry, we'll get on it. And then it went out for 4 hours and then it came back on. It hasn't done it since. So hopefully they fixed it. But you know, long term shit, I'll just take my plants and put them in the window or just close up the tent because the temperature stays pretty regular down here, like regulated. It's pretty comfortable, about 67 or so with nothing running. What's up, collective? I see you outside there, bro.
What up, collective?
Hey, buddy. What's going on here? How's everybody doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm gonna put you on the big screen. It says your network bandwidth is low. So I think we have a small video, but
Okay, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. We're in the Poconos.
nice. Just to off-grid grow there.
Oh yeah, one of the in the Philly Boy Discord we have gave him a glue 4 times
Uh-oh.
pure Kush, the 707 breeding.
I think he's cutting out.
Yeah, I think the video
So
froze.
it was
I
the
got a black.
707, the Gorilla Glue 4 Kush.
I'm gonna take that off there. Bro, you
So let me
froze
try
up
going
on
one.
us. Sorry. Hold your phone up
All
and
right,
wave it around so the satellites can get the signal. That's from Parks and Rec.
that working better?
Um, you're still frozen. The video's still frozen,
Yeah. All
but
right.
we can hear you.
It
Oh,
is
there he
a
goes. I see a
one of the
plant.
Gorilla Glue 4 times the Kush from 707, and it came out pretty good, twice as good outside.
Nice.
Frost everywhere.
Nice. 707 is good genetics.
Oh yeah. All the bud sites look like top colas. This is one of the guys I gave a clone to, and this thing came out fabulous.
That's awesome.
But I thought I'd pop on show an outside grow because I'm away from home.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
The what is it? Went over the father-in-law's last night. He had tree frogs on his hot peppers.
Tree frogs.
Tree frogs. Like a frog was sitting on the top of a pepper, and I was like, that kind of looks like a weird like tree frog kind of looking.
Huh. That's interesting. In
Yeah,
PA,
it
huh?
wasn't like a toad. It was like the green. like brown coloring, and he had like weird feet, like he looked like a tree frog.
That's crazy.
But the Wi-Fi is garbage, so I'll probably just pop back in chat.
All right, man. Well, thanks for giving us a show of the plants. I appreciate it. That's really cool to see an outdoor grow, and I like hearing that you're helping other people out and helping them grow too, because that's what we're all about, you know.
Oh, definitely, definitely get your friends growing. It helps.
That's right. I got some
All right.
clones headed your way. We'll see you in
Oh,
chat if you're hopping out.
that's beautiful. All right. Have a good day, everybody.
All right, cheers, bro. That's cool. I love it. Did you move your video to show us something, Jace?
Oh no, I was just trying to. Well, I had to move it out of the way to get to my drawer
I
down here. I think
gotcha.
I might try to press some of this super boost.
Yeah. Do we get a live press
Yeah.
session?
Oh, here,
That'd be sweet.
find a good jar. I haven't pressed this yet, so I don't know how it's going to come out. I've only pressed blueberry muffin and that raspberry parfait, and those were both a little bit older. So that's one thing about pressing. I was reading that basically the fresher your flower, the more blonde it will be, and then the older it gets, the darker it will get. Which I don't know if it's a quality control thing or just
It's
uh,
oxidation in the buds
well, I
is
mean,
what it is.
I don't know if it affects quality of it or it's just a visual appearance.
We'll just have to
Like I
find out.
don't know if it reduced terps or potency. I wouldn't think. I mean, you store flour. I mean, I've had a flour that was that last. Uh, what did I have? Maybe it was that Pineapple Express. Yeah, that Pineapple Express I still have. It's like 19, 20 months old, and I smoked it 2 weeks
Mm,
ago, and it was still really good.
nice. Yeah, I don't have a problem with older flour as long as it was stored properly, but I like it fresh.
I think the main thing is with the when you press it, it oxidizes those trichome heads, right? And that's why it makes it darker.
Hmm.
So on my
Cool.
press, I can only get. I've only done, I think, 4 pucks. So I've been doing a pre-press on it, and I get about the most I can get in there is 11 ounces, about or yeah, 11 grams of flour because there's a height restriction on your press. It only opens up so much.
Mm,
So yeah, I think about 9 to 10 grams is about the max I go now. And I like to break it up a little bit before I put it in there just to try to get some of the stems out if there's any in there because I heard that can cause a blowout, and that's the last thing I want.
mm. Yeah, that makes sense. And it'd tear right through the bag there.
I don't think the smaller ones matter, but it definitely if it's a bigger one.
Yeah. Do you use one of those like press things that puts it into the shape, or do you just kind of fill it?
Yeah, it's
I don't
a
know how it works.
well, there's a yeah, it's a pre-press, so it's basically like a mold, and then you put your
Yeah.
flour into it, and you can compress it into those little pucks like I had
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the Discord,
That makes
and
sense.
then you can just freehand it into your bags. They call it bottle tech when you stack it vertically, and you just basically just stuff your flour in the bag by
Mm.
hand and just kind of compress it in there.
See, I like this because you have like insider terminology and you've only been doing this for like a week. It shows
I try
obsessive dedication there, man.
I try to research as much as I can because if I'm gonna make the move to do something new, I like to try to hit the ground running as best I can. You know, same thing with that blue light, but I kind of fell on my face on that one. I mean, not too hard, but definitely didn't go smoothly as I planned it to be. So there's a
Yeah.
learning curve to everything.
Yeah,
But yeah, if you can just put a little effort into it, you know, you're gonna save yourself a little bit of headache or sometimes a lot of headache.
that's right. I try to go into things with a plan if it's important to me. I'm sorry, I just realized I was leaning way far back from the mic.
One thing I've learned about this so far is collecting it is kind of an art. Um, After you press it, you gotta scoop it up with your tool to get it into your container, because if you get it too fast, it's real oily, or it's real runny, and it's hard to get off there. So you have to cool it down. And I got when I bought this, I got the little accessory kit with it. So it came with that pre-press, and it came with a little collection kit with some containers to store it. And then it also came with a cold plate. And it's basically just like a hunk of metal that you put in your freezer. So when you get done pressing, you can set your parchment paper on there and it cools it down faster.
That's what I was gonna say about put it in the freezer, maybe. I like that. A
Yeah.
cold plate. That's cool.
And then I just set it on there, and then you just have to kind of wait for the right consistency. And then I take it off, because if you leave it on too long, it'll get too cold and it's hard to get off there. It gets real sticky and hard to get off. And then you start tearing paper. And I did that on my first run, but I was also using just like household parchment paper. I hadn't bought the actual rosin press parchment paper,
Mm.
but you can still use kitchen parchment paper just fine. And it's just a little thinner. At least the stuff I had was. I guess you can get heavy duty parchment paper maybe.
I'm surprised nobody's got like a funnel or some shit that I feel like there should be better collection technology at this point, how popular it is.
I don't like when you're pressing it.
Yeah, like a press that'll just automatically like funnel it into a little jar for you.
Well, not on mine, but the one that Art has, he has the 12 ton. That's the one I was thinking about getting, but it has support beams on the top that you can actually lay it on its side. So when you press it, just runs straight down, and you can put that either on like a flat piece of parchment paper or whatever, kind of like what you said. I don't think it would funnel straight into like a container, but okay. Wait, sorry, I'm trying to break this up and
No,
get
you're
it ready
good.
as I'm talking.
Make it. Yeah, I'll make it. I have other things I need to do first. I got some plans. I'm gonna do some crosses. I need testers if anybody's able to pop seeds like within the next month. I'm gonna have some hash plant crosses. What's up, Fark Dog?
Not too much. How are you gentlemen doing today?
Doing good, bro. I'm gonna put you on the big screen.
All
What
right.
up, Art?
I'll
Are
give
you?
you a little outside garden tour of where I'm at.
Yeah, man.
Did a lot of thinning out work, and everything seems to be progressing pretty damn well. Uh, these sour Jones sodas I created are getting fat. Kind of give you an idea with the old hand test.
I know there's people screaming at their phones right now
Yeah,
and
I
their
know. I
TV.
should have held up a pop can. I know. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're fine, dude. I manhandle my shit.
Here's your one of your goth girls. I ended up having to raise my tent up by about 6 to 8 inches because your girl kept growing into it.
Hmm.
So yeah, she's a little taller than she once used to be, but at least I got the buds all off the plastic.
Looks good,
Let's see if I can get you.
man.
This is all Spartan puke in there, starting to stack up nice, getting pretty frosty. I don't know if you can kind of really see it. Um, but yeah, man, there's all my vortex. I tried to really thin out a lot of my leaves inside of here to really try to keep my airflow up and avoid as much of botrytis or powdery mildew or any of that type of jazz.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I am getting a little bit of pest pressure. I thought about using maybe some Lost Coast plant therapy. I'm still hesitant to spray it. I know they say you could spray that stuff all the way to the last day of harvest. I'm just not sure exactly what I want to do yet, if I trust their research or
What
trust my
pests?
own intuition. I mean, kind of a variety of little things. Let me see if I can find some leaves that are getting bit up. I'm assuming like your standard thrips or aphids. I'm finding leaves here and there with like little bite marks,
Mhm.
that type of crap. I'm just really trying to avoid anything bad, but I know it's almost damn near impossible outside. Uh, let's
Predator bugs, maybe, or they just fly away. I don't
uh,
know.
no, there's definitely stuff eating at her or eating at them. Um, yeah,
No,
like
I'm
sh-
saying, would you use maybe
oh,
release
like
some predator
something like
bugs?
that. Like you see those little dots.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's something going on inside of here. Now I do have a ton of ladybugs that are flying all around here, which are definitely helping my cause.
you sure they're ladybugs?
Yeah, I'm positive because they're red and they're not that orange fake
Yeah,
beetle
yeah.
bug. Yeah, we get both here where I'm at, so I'm pretty familiar with both of them. Those beetles are nasty; they'll bite you and stuff. Where the ladybugs are awesome.
Good.
I just been letting them kind of crawl around and do their thing, eating away. Do have a little baby in honor of cow. There's a little Violet Beauregard.
Nice.
She was so small, but I just didn't have the heart to get rid of her because I'm too much of a pussy to throw any plants away. I always feel bad about it. So
I remember that one. It was like a
I'm,
stunted, kind of
yeah,
stunted one.
yeah, kind of stunted one. I think I messed her up somewhere along the line. So she's basically just becoming kind of a big old fat stick of buds.
I like it.
And then this was my weird Topanga watermelon kush, the one with the kind of funky leaves. I know this plant is ugly as shit, but damn, does it smell good.
What's it
It's
smell
like
like?
a
Watermelon?
it's like a watermelon mixed with like a GMO. It's like a
Mm,
real nice mixture of like a fruity and a funk all in one.
nice.
So we'll kind of see what happens with her too. This is all just kind of an experiment to me outside. This is my first time really trying to grow out here. So I'm just kind of winging it, man. Going with the flow and doing what I can do when I can do it.
You're doing good, dude. It looks
Well,
awesome.
well, thanks, man. I
Yeah,
feel
definitely
like I,
killing it.
I feel like I could be doing better, but yeah, you never know. It's a growing experience, a learning experience. There's a lot of learning curves to it. Let's see if I
Have
can jog
have your
a bit.
neighbors mentioned any smell?
Nice. Um, no, not yet. Luckily, luckily the neighbor closest to me on the left has been pretty cool about it, and we're pretty cool and got a great relationship. So it's not too much of an issue as far as that's concerned. But yeah, buddy, as soon as you hit the front corner of my house, you know what's going on in my backyard.
That's awesome.
The smell in here is fantastic. This vortex kicks off like a super citrusy, lemony, uh, like pinene kind of vibe, I guess I would say. And then that puke is kicking off like a funky baby diaper, like it did last time.
Mhm.
Just that kind of funk. And then your goth girl, give her a nice huff. Hmm. She smells good too. I can't really pinpoint what I'm getting off of her. Kind of piney-ish. What type of terps you normally pull off of her?
There's been a lot of different stuff. There's been the green pheno seems to be gassy. That big tall green pheno seems to end up pretty gassy as far as I've heard. There's also been like kind of a fermented cherry smell, like rotten fruit kind of smell. And then mine was just a really loud generic like dank smell. Like when you walk up if you open the door to like a dispo and that smell hits you in the face is kind of what I got for mine. But that at the very end, it smelled kind of like coffee.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I was hoping to find that sweet black pheno you got, but everything still seems to be just a nice, solid green color.
It was right at the end, it turned black. So
Oh, right
hopefully
at
out.
the end?
Yeah,
Okay.
within like the last 2 weeks of flower, it went from green to black. So hopefully
Okay.
we'll see what happens outdoors.
Yeah, the puke seems to be like a little bit ahead of pace. That Sour Jones is by far the leader as far as finishing time. And I know this Vortex is a long running strain. A lot of these buds are still kind of on the tinier side, even up towards the top. This one, I know this is going to be my biggest worry of whether or not I can get it to finish before the weather gets too sucky around here.
Hmm.
But yeah, buddy, that's basically it. I just wanted to pop in and say hello and
Thanks for the
see
update, man. It's looking
see how
fucking
you guys are
awesome.
all doing. Well, thank you very much. Trying my best.
You're almost to the finish line. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be all right, I think.
Yeah, that's the hope. Uh, never know what happens, so that's why I did build the roof just to try to prevent as much moisture as hitting them as possible. To keep down on the botrytis and all that type of jazz. So yeah, what's your guys' thoughts on thinning plants outside? Curiously, why I got you on there, or anyone in chat. Do you thin out a lot of the fan leaves like you would inside, or you just tend to let those things just grow like a damn bush? I kind of chose the like inside method, where I'm thinning basically everything down low and
I mean, I would.
just trying to keep the nice little tops. I've even been trying to get to the insides and cut the little limbs and the little tiny inside buds out just to try to
Let's
push all the energy up to the tops.
let's ask our other outdoor grower here, Sky. What's up, man? I saw you come in. I didn't want to interrupt Bark's tour, but since you're here, you could probably chime in if you want.
Look
Can
at
you hear
this.
me?
Yeah,
You can hear you.
My internet's in and out because I'm at the back of my yard. Um,
well, we got you
yeah,
right now.
so I just I leave all the fan leaves and I trim the branches that come out of the each crotch, I guess. So let's see if I can show.
You keep yours a lot bushier, though, I'd say.
Yeah, because you just want to trim everything off that's not getting good sunlight, or that looks like it's not developing, because you could leave a branch on that just is a skinny branch and it's not growing as fast as the others. So you just should probably just get rid of that branch.
Do you worry about mold with
So
less airflow on the top of those bushes?
yeah, everything's pretty stacked up this year. Like I have some bud rot on that one over there. Um, it's the buds are. I'll try to get over there. The buds are super thick. Every time I get close to this one, the internet goes out.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked some off right here.
Do you spray anything, Sky? Curiously, because this is my first time outside, so I'm a little hesitant on exactly how to fight off any form of pest pressure.
Yeah, so I've sprayed Monterey insect killer. It has spinosad in it. So it's the only thing that will knock the thrips back. Because if you have thrips, um, they eat the part of the leaf that actually forms that crystal coating with that the trichome grows on. So if they're eating all that, then you're not going to get any trichomes growing.
But do you
So
worry about Do you worry about smoking that? That's my worry, is spraying anything on a bud I'm about to light on fire and inhale is my worry.
Um, so okay, when you spray it for like it stays on like the stuff that you sprayed on, which is good for like the caterpillars. It lasts up to like a month. But everything that grows new does not have the spray on it. So if you get like a caterpillar egg on the new growth, your new growth is going to get chomped by the caterpillar or thrips. The thrip control is more of a direct contact. You have to get them on contact pretty much to knock those ones back.
Okay. That's kind of why I started trimming leaves off too. I figured the more of them I could, any leaf that looked like it had any kind of pest damage, I was just cutting it off, kind of hoping that I'm minimalizing the population. I don't know if that thought process is right, but that's kind of how my brain worked.
Yeah, so outdoors, the population is going to be there. It's just you have to knock it back when it's time. So I go on looking at the leaf damage, how much leaf damage is on it, um, and then the smell. Because if the bugs get too bad, the smell of the plant starts changing. I don't know if it's pheromones or what, but you can definitely smell a change. And if you start to smell that change, then it's getting too bad and you need to spray.
Rolling Smoke brings up a good point that I was going to make as well. He says you spray, you do a good plant wash, which I was going to mention doing that with like you can do it with like I want to say hydrogen peroxide and then one with just clean water and I don't know, I don't do it because I'm an indoor grower, but I've heard that you wash your plants good and then dry them and then they'll it'll I've seen dirty water. Who was it? Scrub Shrubs did this massive fucking plant dunk and the water afterwards because it was an outdoor plant was just so nasty. So if you're an outdoor grower, washing your plants before you dry them, after you harvest them but before you dry them would be, something to look into for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so my theory, so I think I use when I do a plant wash, I kind of want the plant to still be alive while I wash it because it's used to getting sprayed when it needs to be sprayed. And then, I don't know, there's something about cutting it down and then washing it. It doesn't seem as good. Like if you do it right away, yes, you could do it. But I like to wash it and then let the plant still be alive and dry out on its own and then cut it down. So I think I'm using 12 tablespoons per gallon of water and then a little bit of like Dawn dish soap. That's 3% hydrogen peroxide that's 12 tablespoons per gallon of water.
Gotcha. Nice.
But I didn't see those that hydrogen peroxide on its own. I didn't see that like knocking the bugs back any.
No, I think that'd
So
be for washing it.
yeah, so that's what I just would use to wash it with
Cool.
before you cut it down and dry it.
Cool. Well, Vark, it sounds like you're probably good based on chat. Who was it? Roger says, where to go? Lost Coast plant therapy is great. You can drink the concentrate and it won't hurt you. If you grow outdoors, you better bud wash it if you spray or not. So sounds like you're pretty green lit there to spray those with some Lost Coast if you want to, and then wash them either way when you do the harvest or right before or whatever, however you want to
Okay.
do it.
I've seen a couple washing recipes. I've seen some people use like a citric acid I've seen other
Uh-huh.
people use peroxide. I just wasn't sure what's really, again, anything I'm going to smoke. I'm just, again, hesitant to wash my buds with anything and then light them on fire that could potentially be toxic. You know what I mean?
Right. And it sounds like that Lost Coast isn't going to be toxic. So,
I think it's like a two-part station, right? Like you have a solution
right.
that has, and then you have like a clean barrel after that that's just pure water. So you wash them first and then you rinse them off. So it's like two dunks that you have to do.
Right.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
the
You could get
plain
some,
water. My
sorry.
worry is, I'm sorry. My worry is when you dunk into that plain water, wouldn't it then just be moistening the buds and maybe cause botrytis because it's just straight water after that?
Yeah, I
No,
don't know what the
well,
drying technique is afterwards, but yeah, you probably have to get them dry. But some people do a wet cure. I've seen wet cures for
yeah.
too.
Yeah. If it's clean water, I don't think, and then you go straight from there to the dry room or whatever you're doing to dry, I don't think that it's as serious an issue.
Okay, would you use like distilled water or RO, or like what type of water do you think is the cleanest and most effective to actually wash your buds with?
Um,
I mean, RO would be the best, but that's a lot of water because you're usually
yeah,
doing these like
that's
in big trash cans. So that's like 20 gallons of RO or distilled water. Unless you, I mean, if your
no.
tap water is decent, I mean, I would
You
think
could
you could use that.
I've seen referencing back to Scrubs who did it live on the show on Smott's show a couple years ago. He was using just a 55-gallon garbage can, like the big ones,
Uh-huh.
full of hose water, and he poured hydrogen peroxide in one. I think he had 3 barrels. One was hydrogen peroxide, one was dish soap, and then one was just plain water. And he went like one, then the second one, and then he might have gone back to the first one again. I don't remember. But you could look it up. I'll look into it as well. We can talk about it in the Discord. Um, do a little research, but and then the last one was clean water, and then he hung it straight up in his spare building or whatever and put a big fan on it and it dried out fine.
Okay. Well, thank you for the help, gentlemen. I appreciate it. I
Yeah,
actually
man.
found a little visitor here.
I saw Sky had a visitor too. That was a nice little bee there you had on your plant.
Yeah, he was doing a dance.
Yeah.
Spreading that pollen.
So yeah, I
Uh,
think washing your stuff from outdoors isn't a bad idea because
Oh,
um there's a lot of stuff that collects on your plants. Dust from the ground, people mowing their yards that have dog poop and cat crap in it that are flown all over the place.
wildfire
Um,
particulates.
oh yeah, I've had my plants just covered in nothing but ashes.
Hmm.
oh
Vark,
man.
you
Um,
got to kill that, Vark.
I was gonna ask
yeah,
you, I would assume this fucker's bad, right? This
Is
big
gonna
ass
eat
caterpillar.
all your shit up.
that's
Well,
good chicken food.
he's
Good
hanging out
chicken
on
food.
he's hanging out on my tomatillos. That's another question too. Does anyone know when you're supposed to pull these damn tomatillos?
I
I
want to
know you
say
I know you
it's
kind of feel the inside for like the tomato growing, but I'm just not sure when they're done. I've never tried to grow them, but these damn things took over a huge chunk of my garden.
does that papery outside kind of uh dry out and become like a crisp before it's ripe?
Uh,
I want to say.
I,
I
they
don't know.
they all kind of feel like dry. It's just some of them you'll feel like a tomato inside. Let me see if I can find one that's got a decent
Just pull one
size.
off and see what's inside it, dude.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to find one that's a little bit bigger. So here's one. I just don't know. So like this little
Oh, I
guy.
don't think that's ready.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the size of these things are kind of supposed to be because it's still a new grow for me. Just trying something new. Sorry, I know I'm off topic here.
Chat wants you to kill that caterpillar.
Man, I hate
It says that
I
will eat
hate
the whole
killing
plant.
shit.
They're saying it will eat the whole plant in one day.
In one
They're,
day? Well,
It'll
I
eat that whole plant in one day is what they're saying. It's a tomato hornworm or something, tomato worm.
okay, so it won't turn into
yeah.
like a big old butterfly or something.
I hope not, because you're
So
gonna kill it.
the
Mothra.
spinach
Relocate it
this
to your neighbor's yard. They got a
That's what I
garden.
was thinking of doing is just
Get
whack
that
off
shit
that
away from your plants.
whack that fucker off. All right, here he goes. He's gonna go into my compost pile. You can have
Nice.
some fun over there. There you go, little fucker.
He'll be back.
Hopefully not.
Oh, he'll be back tomorrow.
I bet you a bird will see it and eat it.
Maybe.
So the spinosad keeps all that shit off too. It's like it's a bacteria that was found like down in a rum distillery in the Caribbean. It's kind of like a BT.
Interesting.
But yeah, I don't know what the other 99 or 95% of the shit is. But it's the only thing that works for me to get tomatoes and any kind of flowering plant. The thrips will just kill all my flowers. So this one's a Gothro.
Nice. How much
Oh,
longer on that?
there's a bug right there. See, can you see him? He's hiding under the leaf.
I saw a leg. Maybe. What is it?
He must have jumped somewhere else. He looks like an alien.
Harlequin bug.
No, I forget what he is, but they'll like eat the plant, like the leaves and stuff, if there's no other bugs to eat.
Mm.
But this one could use more fertilizer. But it's standing on its own. It's not tied up at all.
Still?
Yeah, this
Did you ever
one.
tie that one up?
Yeah,
Good.
that's that one. So
Oh, you
yeah,
weren't
when I
fucking
tie
around and got the fucking the what is that shit? The metal.
the punched angle
Oh,
iron.
yeah, yeah. I couldn't think of the
So
word.
amazingly, there's only two spots that I tied to the angle iron down there. But I basically just tie one branch and pull it up to either the main stalk and then loop around the main stalk, and then I'll go over to the other side of the plant and pull another drooping pull branch up and kind of like counterbalance it with it. I try to tie the plant to itself the most rather than tying it up to something. I was just
Gotcha.
tying that. I was just tying that one up over there because all the buds were like falling on top of each other. So
A
like,
good candidate for washing.
so this could be tied up here. If I tie this up, then it fills back in this empty space here,
Hmm.
and then it gives these buds down here more space, and they're not falling on top of each other. But it's doing good on its own.
Looking good, man. I'm
Am
shocked
I
you don't
taking?
I'm shocked
Oh,
you don't
sorry.
put like I'm shocked you don't do like a Mendo Boy big like cage around those things, buddy. What are you gonna do when those buds get heavy and then things just fall over?
Just do what I did, is tie them up. So this one's not tied up either, but this one's my bug plant. Let's see, where did that guy go? There's aphids on this one, but it's still developing pretty good. But it's covered with like ladybugs and lacewings too.
those ladybugs should help you out.
Yeah, like it's covered pretty good. But it's like one of the nicest looking plants. Like the buds look good.
Well, I unfortunately got a duck out for my wife's birthday. It's been a pleasure, gentlemen.
Thanks for
Tell her
coming
happy
on,
birthday.
bro.
Great
Yeah.
Yeah,
show
thanks
as
for
Yeah,
coming
always.
on.
Thanks for
killer
having me.
garden.
Thanks, man. I'm trying my best here. So, again, it's my first go at this, so I don't expect it to go flawlessly. If I can yield a decent amount that I can turn into some bubble hash, RSO, maybe some decent flour here and there, I'll be a happy camper. These were all just moms that got too big for my veg space that I just decided to throw outside and see what the hell happened. So they ended up going a little crazier than I thought. They were all about a foot tall when I started this journey. So it is a little bit overwhelming, but I'm working through it.
You'll make it, dude.
You'll get
Yeah,
something out of it.
yeah, it's kind of what I figured. And I always got my inside garden to fall back on. This was more of just a fun outside experiment to give a try to.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, bro. And happy birthday to your wife. And yeah, we'll see you around.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Have a good day,
see you,
guys.
Mark. See ya.
Hmm. Man, that one is sticky. It smells different than the other Goth Girls.
Is it the same clone though?
So this is no, I took like a bunch of clones that I didn't from those plants that I melted the roots off of.
Yeah,
And this is just one out of that, so I lost track of what I had.
yeah.
But I had it planted up there under the oak tree, and I had a dream about it that it got stepped on and it broke. And then like 3 days later, the dude came over to tell me he wanted to cut the tree down, and he stepped on it.
Oh.
So I moved it over here before they came and did the oak tree, so they wouldn't kill it.
Mm,
But it's my bug plant now.
mm.
But man, is it sticky?
It's a stress response to the bugs. It's putting out more resin to try and protect itself.
Yeah.
So will you harvest that one too and wash it and smoke it, or just donate it to the
I don't
compost pile, or?
know. It might just stay there and let the bugs let it go back into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. It depends on what it looks like. If it's totally buggy, I don't want to be smoking it or nothing. Even
Fair
though there's
enough.
probably nothing wrong with that, it's probably more protein for me. I was thinking about cutting this one down, trying this one pretty soon because it's fizzled out.
There you go.
That's what J5 said earlier. If there's not a couple spider dicks in the flower, I question your growing practices.
Tasty.
I'm trying to walk slow. Am I taking up too much time?
Oh, you're good, man. Oh, sorry. We're just hanging out. I'm having a lazy Sunday, and yeah, the
All
fam
right.
went out and ran errands, so I'm just smoking.
So these are my charred leaves. There's a
Looks
little bit
good.
of powdery mildew going, but that's pretty big leaf. Oh yeah, don't look at my feet because I commandeered my wife's slip-on shoes. This is the
Oh,
one that I've got my eye on.
looks
I
good.
want to fertilize it again.
What is that?
This one's Goth Girl.
Hmm.
So this is um a clone from that one that's been through flowering and then re-vegged. So I know it's good stuff, which my wife says, make sure you tell Seed Person that Goth Girl is her favorite.
Oh, that's awesome. That kind of looks like Bark Dogs, the way the colas are stacking.
I know it's like it's definitely spread out more. Like I think I timed it right.
That looks good.
So like the buds are not like totally stacked up on each other. They will be,
Yeah, you're gonna have some big colas.
but this is like a whole like bud, but it's away from the main stem. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's not just like all hugging the main stem. That's
yeah.
badass. It's
So they
good
all fatten
structure.
up.
So I've been doing the tests. I've been making sure this one's gonna be stable. So I've been like when the lights are off at night on the young plant that's in veg, I've been going out and like flipping the light on when I go out and smoke,
Hmm.
and then flipping it back off to see if it's gonna throw any male flowers or do anything like that.
Nice.
So far so good, dude. I usually I can get a plant and freaking throw male flowers, but this one I think is a winner.
I might
So
need you
how do
to send
we?
me a cut of that, and I'll use
Well,
it in the
that's what I'm
F2.
thinking. And I think it gets pretty dark. I should have took pictures of it. Like it gets pretty colorful. Like it's very pretty. So yeah, I'm just afraid to send people bugs.
Oh yeah, well, I can
So
handle that.
okay. Um, I don't know if like we could probably send it to somebody that could wash the thing and then regrow a clone from it, and that way
Mm,
everything's sterile.
yeah, we could do that. Maybe. I know somebody. Rock's in the chat. He might be down to help with that project. But I know he's very busy, so I'm not trying to put him on the spot or anything like that. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
that's a
so
good looking plant. I like it.
Uh-huh.
yeah, so it's definitely a potent one too. So
Awesome.
we both like it.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure.
Yeah,
One of my faves too.
Damn, that's a
this
crazy
one.
story. Hang on in the chat real quick. Rolling Smoke says Sunday delivery. I got my purple Afghani back after it being gone. I popped the seed 37 years ago. Got back from a friend. I'm crying right now. No grown ass man in tears. That's pretty fucking cool.
Oh
37
yeah.
year old clone that you popped and you get the cut back after that long of a time. That's crazy, dude.
That's
Like a time
badass.
capsule.
Rock says he's too busy. That's cool, bro. We'll figure something out. I can always isolate it and do a sulfur what do we call it? Sulfur boarding.
Yeah, like I'm pretty good at getting the bugs off of like small plants. But the big
Yeah,
plants I don't really, I just do it at certain times when it needs to.
yeah. It's outside. I mean, that's
Yeah,
our philosophy in this house is that if the bug comes inside, it's in our space. If we go outside, we're in its space. So we kill the ones inside or try and get them outside, you know. So it's just part of growing outdoors.
so these are the thornless blackberries that need to be wired up here. And I've got one thornless blackberry that's already trellised up. And then there's like some celery still growing down on lower layer. This one I'm thinking about picking here pretty soon. It looks pretty close to being done. Goth Girl.
Looks good. Yeah, it looks good, man. Frosty.
Getting there. Smells good. I'm debating if I should water today because there's supposed to be rain again.
You've been getting a lot of rain?
No. We got a good drenching 2 days ago. And I think that's what ruined that bud over there. I gave that bud rot because that one's so dense.
Mm.
I'm probably gonna lose more than half of that one to just bud rot. This is that one that's been growing since like January.
Yeah. That's cool.
It smells good. It's there's a lacewing larvae.
Mm. Is that good? That's a good plant or a good bug, right?
Yep.
Good.
So that's gonna just wander around on the leaves and eat aphids.
Nice.
And I don't know if they're quick enough to catch thrips or not, but they probably do eat thrips too.
Nice.
And then let me show the little ones. So this one's getting big, so I'm gonna take it out of this container. I've been setting it inside here so it doesn't heat up the roots too much.
Mm. Nice.
But I need to take some clones off of this. And then I'm gonna up pot it into this and flower it. But these ones, I think I'm just gonna try to keep in these small pots.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's Goth Girl. And this is the twin 3B that I've been working on.
Nice.
I think it would be good for like growing how art grows, where you use the scrog screen.
Yeah.
Because I've already like trimmed all these inner branches off and it's growing back again. So I put that one in flower, I think September 11th. September 11th.
There you go.
And then this one I just did like 3 days ago. And I trimmed all the inside up. So 3 days ago, this one's getting flowered. And then this one, I'm just gonna probably let the cats eat back. And I'm gonna keep this one small.
This is my specialized topping cat. It will top all your plants for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing's a monster already.
It's awesome.
Out of control. I guess that's what you get from the sativa strain. All right, is there anybody else that wants to share?
I'll do my tour here in a minute.
All
Whenever
right.
you're finished, but no rush, dude.
Yeah, I'm finished. Like I've been harvesting like grapes lately. They're like down there in that rubbish. And then I've been letting my bird eat some. They're like good. They're hella good. There's something about eating from your own environment. Are you guys there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get my video set up for my when I do the input. I think I'm getting some feedback. There we go. Sorry, keep going.
Um, just trying to water less because of how, like, this year has been so weird. Usually it's like so hot that you can't keep enough water on the plants, but now this year it's been like too many days in the 80s. But it's definitely the bugs are less because of the cooler weather. I ain't got that much else to say except for thanks for letting me be a part of your guys' community. I appreciate it. I appreciate each and one of you, each and every one of you.
We
Yeah, I'm glad
appreciate you
to,
too, bro.
yeah, glad to have
Thanks.
you there. You're a great asset, man. Good to have you around.
I'm terrible at explaining how I do stuff, though.
Yeah, but we figure it out.
Mm.
And you always come on and show us, so no worries.
Yeah, I know. I don't like the fact that I gotta spray shit on my plants either, but if I want something that's worth having,
You gotta do what you
Yeah,
I
gotta
gotta,
do.
that's what I was
yeah.
gonna say.
And it's something that says that you can pretty much spray on it, and it depends on what crop it is. Um, so for the time amount that it's supposed to be safe to eat. Like different plant species have different amount of time to let it dissipate.
Right.
Like I said, through my own test, it stays on the plant for at least 4 weeks before it starts to be like ineffective, or until you give it a nice good plant soap with soap and some peroxide.
Well, Chad appreciates your garden, man.
Thanks. I appreciate everybody in chat.
Yeah.
Cilantro.
Nice. Don't have the soap gene.
I do.
I know,
You
huh?
do.
Can't touch it.
And it's so good in tacos.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna jump over to my phone and open up this tent if you're finished there, Sky.
Yeah, I'm done. Thanks for having me.
For sure. Let me turn.
I'm gonna go hang out and chat so I can enjoy your garden tour.
Sounds good, bro. We'll see you around.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. All right. Let's see if I can do this here. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's see here. Okay, spotlight out. So this one should be on. Yeah, it's on now. So I had to cut down a couple of plants for nanners and stuff. There was the Cole Cushes threw some nanners for me, so I couldn't have them around. And then the blueberry swirl also threw some nanners, so I tossed that one out. Down to banana OG in the back left, and this is blueberry train back here. They're looking pretty good though. And then this here is a flapjacks, the S1. and I sprayed this with STS spray, toad venom, and put it in here, and it's gonna get its next spray tomorrow, and then that should be it, according to the instructions. And then over here, I have these are pollinated. This is a hash plant pollinated by hash plant. That's the platinum pancakes pollinated by hash plant, and 9 pound hammer S1 pollinated by hash plant. And this is the 9 pound hammer S1 that I also sprayed with toad venom. And I'm going to put that in a pollen bag and that one in a pollen bag. And yeah, hopefully I'll be collecting some fem pollen from both of those here in the next couple of months. Y'all still with me?
Uh-huh.
Awesome. I guess it's just you, Jace, is it?
Yeah, I think Sky dropped off.
That's right. And then over here, this is getting a little out of control here. I got 6 goth girl right here. That's flapjacks maybe. One of these is a platinum pancakes, and then that's the Kim D times DG4. This is a male that I'm holding on to because I really was impressed by it. It's a bunch of clones and shit. I got some stinging nettle back there. See, this is the other Kim D times GG4 that was popped the same time as that one, but it was the one that was missing the cotyledon and it was all stunted and shit. Let's see, more clones, some basil. Yeah. Shout out to was it River Rat sent me this in San Pedro. That's my garden update for the plants. And then we can go look at the totes. Which are going crazy. So this is
Oh,
all
wow.
good. This is the mycelium. This one's even crazier. Holy shit. Oh,
Like something you left in the fridge too long going fuzzy.
that's right. See about the other ones? Yeah, reached up. I shoved them up underneath the futon to keep them dark. Yeah, this one's going too.
Dang. Taking off.
Yeah, give them maybe another week or so, and then they should be ready to fruit. Last one. Yeah. Yeah, looks good. So these were all from Entheogenic, 3NTHEOGENIK.com. And she's good people, has some really vigorous stuff. But yeah, that's the mushroom update. And then last thing would be a little clone area. A lot going on in here. Popping some seeds. I got the unicorn poop F2s going here. And then lots of clones of stuff. But I have all my clones now of everything that I was trying to keep backups of.
That's
So
that's the research and development tent, huh?
yeah, R&D.
Little R&D going there.
So I got a pot. There's a root on that one right there. I'm gonna put these in cups.
Oh yeah.
So what is that? Platinum. No, Kim D times GG4. So that's what I'm doing over here is all these clones and then some seedlings and some other stuff. But yeah, hopefully doing some crosses, feminized, and then regular ones as well coming in the near future. I do have some red ones coming, those hash plant crosses. This is these are the plants that are currently pollinated. So if anybody's interested in growing seeds from any of this or this, or this is the landrace cross, so it's not very frosty. But the other two are landrace to modern genetics, which I'm really excited about these. So, but I need some people to grow them in the next like as soon as you get them, you can plant them. Um, if you're interested, hit me up, and I'm gonna jump back over to my computer so that I can be on my mic. All right, I'm here now. You got me? Or
Gotcha.
all right, cool. Oh, we're gonna press. Hell yeah, dude. Thank
Just about
y'all
ready.
for the kind words there.
Yeah, look, killing it as usual. There you got, and you survived a power outage.
Yeah, that was a minor thing. Thank God. I had to go out for 3 days back in the old house, and like all my plants were fucked.
I've been lucky so far. I haven't had a prolonged outage. Usually it's been maybe a couple hours or something. And honestly, it's been either like while I was sleeping or at work. So I either didn't know about it or there was nothing I could do about it anyway. So I didn't lose sleep over it.
Right. So what do you got there? You want to tell us? I'm gonna put you on the big screen.
Yeah, I've got, so here's that pre-press right here.
Cool.
And then I put it inside this C clamp so I can crank it down.
Nice.
But you can use, some people you can use, you can do it different ways from what I was saying. You can either do it by hand, just put your hand on it and press it down, which I would tear up my hand doing that. And then it wouldn't press it down too hard. Or you can use like a hammer on top of it because this just has a cylinder that comes out. And then this bottom part also comes off. So you just set it down and then you just stuff your flour in there and then put that on. And then you can either like hand press it down or beat it with a hammer or the C clamp. I might get a tabletop, either like a vise or I think it's called an arbor press. It's like a vertical kind of vise. I might get that because it kind of sucks with that C clamp. I got tennis elbow right now, so it kind of hurts, to be
Yeah.
honest. And then you just pop this out if I can get it out. Hang on a sec. Without breaking my hand.
Hmm. Very dangerous situation you got over there.
It is, man. I'm telling you. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so yeah, it just pops out and then you get your puck.
Nice.
And then I'm using the pre-made bags right now. One thing I saw was like on these corners, if you do like what I did here, if you tuck it inside on both of them, it helps prevent blowouts. And you just got to kind of put your finger in and just push it in and pull it out. Hang on, let me do this off camera because I kind of had an awkward angle right there.
Yeah, you're good. Always got such a clean setup there.
I try, man. It makes the workload a lot nicer too. You know, when you're in here working around and everything's organized and you know where
Hmm.
stuff's at.
There you go.
And then they give you these little plastic cards with it, so you got to use those to help you load it in there. If you try to stuff that puck in there by itself, it's a bitch to get in there.
Mm,
So I just put it in there like that to open it up, hold it open, and
gotcha.
then you can put the puck in and slide it in together. I might do this off camera again too, so I can get a better angle. Get started at least. Yeah, so you just put it in like that, and then you can just push it down at the same time.
I gotcha.
Again, there
Yeah,
it
and it
is.
just sits right at the bottom.
Yeah, pull it out. Push it. I think the one thing you don't want is air gaps and excess bag material because that will uh,
Tear.
tear, and then it also reduce your return too.
Uh, yeah, it gets trapped in there, I guess.
So see, I got to waste all that, but I might be able to reuse this other half because I don't want to just like fold that up because that's way too much. So I'll just cut it off. Just kind of like wrapping a present. You want enough to cover it, but you don't want too much
Right.
overhanging. And I'll just fold it over
Cool.
and then load it up. And yes, these things are hot, so wash your hands.
How many grams was that in that puck?
I think it was like between 9 and 10.
Okay.
And then they give you these magnets up here.
Hmm.
You can just put those up there and hold your parchment paper up there for you while you're working on it.
Gotcha.
And then I'm pressing at 190 right now. I tried 205. So basically, the higher the temp, the more return you get, but your material will also be darker. And from what I understand, you lose terps on it. So it's kind of
Okay.
a trade-off: lower temps, higher terps; higher temps, higher return.
Right.
And then you
Bark
want to,
Dog, sorry, quick question. He's asking, can you put multiple pucks in there?
I think you can. I think there's enough room to get two in here side by side. I haven't tried it yet.
Gotcha.
These plates are 3 by 5, so they're pretty decent size this is just a 4 ton. I got the one of the smallest ones they had.
Hmm.
And then you just want to get like a little pressure going, not too much, because you want to preheat that puck before you really
Right.
start getting a lot of pressure on it.
Let everything gooify a bit,
Yeah,
get a little
try,
melty.
try to balance out that temperature a little bit. So I'll let it sit like a minute and a half ish, right around there.
Cool.
This is that cold plate.
I
It's
gotcha.
basically just a hunk of metal that you put in the freezer. You can already see it sweating. And you can use you don't have to use this. I just got that with the package when I bought it, but some people you can use I already using like a ceramic tile or something that you can put in your freezer and pull it out and do that, or just take your parchment, put it in the fridge or the freezer for a little bit when it first gets out.
I like it, man. It seems pretty simple. I guess there's a lot of finesse in like the actual pushing down on the lever, between
Yeah,
too much pressure and too little pressure. But,
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like I know the basics of it, and it's just playing around with it. Getting the right temps, whatever you want. I've even seen people do like a lower temp on the bottom plate versus the higher plate. I mean, it's just like growing weed. I mean, everybody has their own technique, and everybody says one way's the right way and their way's the right way, and there are right and wrong ways, but where do you fall in between those?
right.
And I just go slow on it. I don't crank down too hard, too fast.
Hmm.
I
Bet your
usually set
AI
it.
can't do that shit.
Yeah, I usually set a timer, but oh well. I think it's been close enough. I don't know how much return I'll get on this. So that's one thing I noticed too is I was reading when you're pressing flour, you want it a little bit higher RH on it, So I was drying it lower, but for smoking purposes, I like it closer to 58. But for flour, for pressing, I heard like 62 or even up to 65. Kind of the higher the better as far as returns go. So this is a little bit drier. I think it was like right at 58 when I took it out.
Bark Dog says, can you put two pucks in the same bag? I would say it's too tall for the press at that point
Yeah,
to stack the pucks on top of each other.
that, and then I heard when you make those pucks, you want the height to be the same as the diameter for more even heating.
There you go.
It's definitely a lot lighter than that last stuff I pressed. Well, that's on the return though.
Is that the super boof?
Yeah,
Nice. But it smells good.
yeah, it does. Yeah, definitely less on the return than I got on the other ones. Maybe because that's I dried it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I'll just put it on here and just let it chill for a little bit. Try to poke it down and level it off so it sits flat on there. Then I'll kind of play with it a little bit to see where it's at. Yeah, it's already ready. So then I'll just take it off and start collecting it.
Scrape it off.
Oh yeah, this is a lot more like shatter or butter than my other stuff. That was like an oil.
Hmm.
So this is definitely a different experience collecting this. This is really sticky and hard.
There you go. It's like wax.
Yeah. I wonder if it was because it was fresher flour because I just harvested this. This is my
Rocinante
last.
says press once at low temp, low pressure, pull that, then press at high temp, higher pressure to get everything left behind. But that's just my approach. You get some high quality without sacrificing total yield. Right. So you'd have your A first press would be your A press, and then your second press at higher temperature and higher pressure would be like your backup B grade stuff. Cool. That's cool to see it, man. My wife was interested in doing dabs, and then I explained to her the price, and then she was like, "No, I'm good." And then I was like, "Well, we could do it with a quartz on the bong just to try it." And then she's like, "Yeah, let's do that." And I was like, "But you have to use a blowtorch," and like she's afraid of gas stoves. So then she was like, "No, I'm good." So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, and those are tricky too because you got to have like just the right temperature. So some people use those like surface thermometers to gauge it.
I have a laser temp gun thing from work, but I don't know if it actually works or not. I have to test it. I have to find it. I don't know where the fuck it is. It's in a bin somewhere from the move. So either way, it's an investment that I'm not willing to make currently. So we'll see what happens in the future. But for now, I'm making seeds, and that's kind of taking over everything.
Well, that's it.
There you go. You're gonna do a dab of it, see how it goes. Do you have to like let it cool or wait or anything? You good to go
No,
right
but
away.
what I like to do is I like to put it back on there. I'll turn this off and just let that residual heat kind of melt it back down so it settles at the bottom.
Ah, nice.
And then once that settles, I'll pull it out and then do like a long term storage. It came with this little case right here, so you get 2, 4, 5 of those containers, and then this is a little toolkit that has a bunch of those collection tools like what I had over there.
Cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty simple and straightforward. But honestly, like yeah, price wise, because I just bought that's what I did first was I bought some from the dispo, and it was like a how much is that? Yeah, it's a gram. So this was 40 or 43 after tax and everything, something like that.
Hmm.
So after 10 of these, it'll pay for itself. And I've already pressed 4 of them, so I'm almost halfway there. Of
Nice.
course, I haven't smoked all that yet, but once I do, so yeah, it's you'll get your return on investment. But yeah, that front starting cost sucks ass, but once you start dabbing, you'll get it back.
Yeah. We just well with everything in the move, we're not trying to spend money if we can help it. So it'll have to wait currently, but I'm interested. I gotta go get some money for it first.
Yeah, that's where I was at. And then yeah, then you gotta find a way to smoke it too. So you either gotta get like an E-rig like what I got, or do a nail like what you're wanting to do.
Right.
But even then, that's still a little bit of an equipment setup. I mean, if you don't have that, temperature gun, if you want to get precise temperatures, because that plays a big part. Like on the, I've got a Focus V. It's a Carta Sport. It's pretty much like a Puffco, but it has, you can customize the temperature on it, or it has presets. And I've always been going at the lowest preset, which I think was 480 degrees. So same thing, like lower temps, higher terps, higher temps, bigger rips. And I finally turned up the temp to like the second to highest preset, and it did, man. It was ripping fucking hard, way, way harder than that lower temp. And I'm trying to think, I think it was like in the 520 to 550 range, something like that. I can't remember. I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, big difference on rips on that. So same thing, like if you're doing the torch, if you got it, your temperature is way high, it's going to make a bigger difference on how that smoke's, hitting you, how big of a rip you're getting.
Hmm.
So that's probably the nice thing about the E-rigs too. You can fine tune it, dial it in, not have to worry about messing with the temperature and the torch. From my limited experience. Yeah, I can definitely tell on that was a much lower press return than my
Hmm.
last two.
Does
But the
its
quality looked better though.
frostiness correlate to obviously to how much return you get on the press?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, the more trichomes frostier it is, the more you can get on return. You get like
Yeah.
something like a hash plant or something.
My hash plant is not very frosty. One of them is.
Really?
The other one is not. It's the landrace one.
Oh, okay.
They're making like dry sift with
That's
like
supposed to be their
fields.
selling point, right? They're supposed to be super tricky, super frosty.
Right. We've worked it though. Modern day genetics, I should say, not the person, but just all modern genetics in general have been worked to the point to improve that or increase it.
Yeah, so they're pretty much all like hash plants nowadays compared to like the
Yeah.
originals, like your
Yeah.
land races. But
Nice.
that's what I was saying. Like with so like these legs down here, like the one Art has, there's also legs on the top, so you can actually take the whole press and lay the whole thing. Oops,
Oh shit.
lay the forgot that was there. You can lay the whole thing. You can lay the whole thing on its side and then set your paper there, and it'll drip straight down onto it.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah. So if you're doing large amounts, because if once it starts running down the side, like if I turn the temperature up and you get a good return on it, once it starts running out, you're kind of screwed if it gets to a point and starts dripping off. You got to try to hurry and shove something down there to catch it.
Right. They need like a press that's at a 45 with a groove in the plate.
Just funnel it straight in to your
Yeah.
5-gallon bucket.
Yeah. That's right. Like olive oil.
Well, that's how them commercial ones do. And you look at those facilities, you're like, fuck, look at all that.
Giant screw that you have to like shove with your whole body. That's crazy. Well, we got 7 minutes left. You got any questions about anything or
No, I'm just well, this is my new experiment here, so it's another learning curve. So looking forward to playing around with this,
I
seeing what
appreciate
I can
all
get out of it.
the cool tips and stuff. Like you're doing stuff that I wouldn't have thought of. Like, oh, that makes sense to put it on the plate like that, to let it warm up and settle. And it's just
Yeah,
like
because
I
that,
like all
that's
the
the
little
hard
tips.
that's the hard part from what I've noticed so far. One, I need to improve my pressing technique probably, but collecting it, that kind of sucks because it sticks to that tool and trying to get in there and it's so sticky. I mean, it's like tree sap trying to get it back in there, and you usually have to scrape it against the side, so like all your stuff's stuck to the side. So that's why I like to put it back in there to heat it up and let it melt and then just settle down, so it's easier when you go back to dab it, to collect it, to dab it.
That's cool. Yeah, got me thinking, man. I bet I could find one used on Marketplace somewhere.
Yeah, I
around
saw
here.
some here. Um, it's a whole new experience for me. I mean, like that. I mean, it was like smoking it all over again for the first time, basically. Especially that blueberry muffin. Like I said, I wasn't super impressed when I smoked it with flour, but it was just a exponentially greater experience, positive experience dabbing it.
Yeah. Well, I might have to dig into my gift card stack of like birthday and Christmas stuff that people have sent me and see if I can go finagle something down at the store and get a rig or something to try it at least. Yeah. Got me interested.
Yeah, you could spend some money on it. That one was, I think I'd have to go back on and look. I think it was less than 350.
I would probably
But
go with like a torch and a nail first and or somebody recommended a ball vape. So I'll look into that as well. I need to write that down. Old
yeah,
school with a marker.
it was 369.
Okay. The press or the vape?
The price, let me double check. Oh, it's 389. Oh, they had a discount too, so it's 10% off. So another $40 off. Yeah, so it was like 340
Oh, I was
for the.
yeah, well, I don't know about a press yet, but I was definitely thinking about getting like something to
Oh,
smoke dabs out of or whatever and try
yeah,
it.
mine was 200 for that Carter Sport.
Okay.
And if you get the Puffco, they have the Peak and the Peak Pro. The Peak is about the same price. I think it's like 228. But the Carta Sport is actually more in comparison with the Peak Pro, which is like 400 or 450. So it's like half the price of the Puffco and just as good, or if not even better, from
Okay.
what I hear. I mean, I've never owned a Puffco, but from everybody I
Yeah.
talked to and just the
Yeah.
research I did.
I hear it. Wish I was in Colorado. Cheers, bro. I appreciate that. Um, all right, last 4 minutes, Jace. Do you have any final thoughts or shout outs you'd like to do?
Yeah, just shout out to the chat. Thanks for stopping by, everybody, hanging out. It's always fun hanging out with you guys. And shout out to the host seat person. You guys can find me on Instagram, OKJs20, and then I'm also in seat person's Discord.
Yeah, not the Discord is pretty active. So if y'all want to hang out with us or other people from chat, come and join the Discord. I have it linked in my Instagram bio. So or if that link is expired, please let me know because I don't change it on the regular as much as I should. I think it's like a week that you get and you have to change it every week, but I'll try and do that later today. So y'all come and hang out in the Discord for sure. um let's see. Tonight is also Cheap Home Grow, so I'll be in the chat over there hopefully, but I also might have guests. So if y'all don't see me, that's what I'm doing. But that's a great show, good community. And Let's Be Buds is on Wednesday nights at 7 Eastern time. So definitely go give them a follow. Um, yeah, so I love everybody in this community and I appreciate everybody that shows up in the chat on the regular and we always have the link pinned and we will definitely be happy to look at any plants you have or if you have any questions about anything, come and join us. If you're a lurker and you haven't posted yet and you're on the fence about it, definitely do it. We're not going to be judgmental or give you any hate or anything like that. We appreciate anybody that's new to the community and we are here to support you. So definitely don't be afraid to say hi or jump in the chat or you can send me a direct message on Instagram at seed person or synchronicityseeds@gmail.com, which I saw that Penny was saying I don't reply to the emails in there. I'm really bad about it, but I do check it and then I forget. So I'm sorry, bro. But yeah, that also is a way to get in touch with me. Um, other than that, I don't really have anything else. I guess we'll finish a minute early. Um, yeah, just keep growing and popping seeds and much love to everybody in the community. You stay classy, San Diego.
Walk her out.